So in this video, we're going to be talking about how to create your second exercise within TinkerCAD, so creating the house. So we're going to create a new design. It's the first step. And then after a few seconds, TinkerCAD should load up. There we go. And then as always, you're going to click on the file name. We're just going to say house. And we're just going to start creating. And like I said before, with like the first exercise, you can do the bare minimum, but I strongly encourage you to go a little bit further. Really get creative with making your things in TinkerCAD and make it like really cool and creative. So if we go back to the exercise assignment and take a look at it, here's what it needs to have. So you need to create a house that includes these items. So your walls, a roof, a window, a door, and your name. This is the minimum that I expect out of you. If you create more, great. It just gives you a better chance of making your grade be higher for this assignment. So after we do that, of course, we'll take a screenshot just like exercise 1. We'll paste that guy right here in this area. So let's go back to TinkerCAD. So the first step I would do for my house, I'm going to just, instead of making 4 separate walls, it's a lot easier if you just go forth and make it out of a box. The inside does not have to be hollow. If you want to go ahead and go and be crazy and make the inside hollow, go for it. That's fine with me. But for me, I'm just going to keep it very basic, okay? Change the colors if you want to. Just makes it a little bit more interesting. And then just use the skills we've been talking about in class. So I like to use the work plane tool a lot to stack items on top of each other. So right here we have our walls, 4 walls made. If you want to have extensions come out, that's fine for like different, maybe like a garage or whatever, that's fine as well. We need to put a roof on this guy. So I'm going to stick a roof right there on the edge, resize it, and remember, like I always say with TinkerCAD, you always got to be modeling from different angles and directions to make sure everything lines up. After we do that, the next thing we need to do, I'm going to make this a little bit taller. Maybe change the color to make it look pretty cool. So let's do like a pastel blue. I think that's pretty cool looking. I'm going to take my work plane, reset it on the bottom. So we have the first 2, our walls, a roof. Awesome. Now let's keep moving things along. The next thing we're going to be creating is, let's do the door. Take the work plane, stick it on the side of the house. This is the front. And then I think for the door, I'm going to make it out of box. Stick the box about right there. Resize the width and the height. Make it a little skinnier, about like right there. Rotate. Make sure everything's good. Like right there, as you can see, it's not completely flat, so I gotta move it just a smidge. Okay, good. Let me zoom out. I think I want it to be a little bit taller. And let's make it a white door. Boom, white. Awesome. I like it so far. Now, I think the next thing I want to do is put a little like dinky window right there next to it. Same thing. You can always use a box. Gonna resize it so it's proportional and it makes sense. Okay. Make it a little bit skinnier. Move it down. A little bit bigger. So right there looks good. For my window, here's something cool I can do. Let's make it so it looks like glass. Gonna change it so it's blue. And let's make it transparent. Cool. I like it. Good stuff. Now the last thing I want you to do is put your name on it. So you can put your name either down here on the bottom, on the side of the house, anywhere, but it has to be on here. And that's kind of like proof to me that when you take the screenshot that you made this and not someone else. So for me, just to keep it clean, I'm just going to put it on the bottom. So you guys should already know how to do that. You go over and grab your text, place it right there, and then you just type in your name. And then just do me a favor. It's a good idea to resize it, make it a little bit smaller. That way, when you take a screenshot of this whole thing, it fits right into the screen itself. Now, this is the bare minimum. So this is what I expect out of you. A house with a door, window, a roof, the walls, and your name. If you want to go a little bit further, make it more complex, of course, like I said, this gives you a better chance of getting, a better grade. So, but I want you guys to be creative with it. It's pretty cool. So this is the second assignment and the second thing I want you to do. So the next thing we want to do, click on Send To. Now, of course, before we do that, make sure that everything fits into your window and you can see it from, like, you notice how it's at an angle and it's not just like that right there or like that. Angle it so you can see all kinds of different like sides at one time. Make sure it fills up the screen, nothing's cut off like that right there. It's not too far in or too far. Yeah, make sure it's not super small like that. About right. Let's see, let me zoom out just a smidge here. Perfect, right there. We're going to click on Send To. Download the picture of the design. Go back into our exercise assignment. And then, like I said before in the first exercise, you're going to click on Insert. You want to go down to Image. Most of you are probably going to go to your Google Drive, and it's going to show up over here on the right-hand side. For me, and for some of you, it's not going to show up there, and you don't insert it from there. So for me, here's how I need to insert it. And this might go for some of you. I need to click on Insert, go to Image, and I have to upload it from my computer. And it's most likely going to be in my downloads or the recents, and right there's the house. We're going to open it, and then boom, right there it is. Perfect. Now for the last assignment, this one is your choice. So you create whatever your little heart desires. So make sure you tell me exactly what it is, and make it creative, make it cool, make it interesting. Please don't give me just a random shape and say, oh, this is the latest and greatest or whatever. It's got to be something really cool. So I just want to see you practicing this stuff, and I want you to take a screenshot of it and again paste it right here in this area.